Day 3 of Thanksgiving prep, I'm starting with making my pumpkin pie ice cream. This really does taste just like pumpkin pie. It's so delicious. So once that's finished churning, I fold in the cinnamon crumble and some candied ginger. Then I moved on to making the dough for my potato Hokkaido milk buns. These are a must-have on my Thanksgiving table. And once my dough comes together, I'll let it rise until it's doubled, and this will go into the fridge overnight. Next, I made a batch of my sourdough. This will be for the stracciatella toast. Then I got working on a lobster stock for the bisque. I start with cooking my lobster shells down, then carrots, celery, and shallots go in. Then some tomato paste. I'll cook that out for a few minutes, then cover it with water. I'll add in some peppercorns and a bay leaf. I'll let that simmer for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I strain it and then reduce it again to really concentrate the flavor. And I also did some extra prep for the bisque that I'll make tomorrow. Next, I blanched my green beans. These will get coated in a wild mushroom miso cream and fried shallots tomorrow. I also got the shallots sliced up so I can fry them in the morning. Then I got my kabocha squash sliced up into large wedges, and this gets coated with some olive oil, kosher salt, pepper, cinnamon, nutmeg, and fresh thyme. Tomorrow, this will get roasted and coated with that maple chili agrodolce and toasted pumpkin seeds. Next, I removed all the kernels from my creamed corn, and I also grate the cobs. The starch that's released from the cobs will act as a natural thickener for the creamed corn. Now I'm working on the crab cakes. This is one of the appetizers for tomorrow. I start with checking my crab meat to make sure there's no small shells left behind, and then I get working on the rest of the filling. I do an egg, some mayo, Dijon mustard, horseradish, Worcestershire sauce, and Old Bay hot sauce. I give that a good mix, then I add in my crab meat, shallots, Fresno chili, lemon zest, and just some panko to bind it all together. I gently mix that together, and then I form my crab cakes. I'm making them a little bit on the smaller side since they're just a nice bite in the beginning, and tomorrow I'll fry them up and they'll get topped with the yuzu kosho mayo and the pickled Fresno chili. Now I'm working on the filling for my stuffing, so I start with browning my hot Italian turkey sausage that I made a bit earlier in the week. Once my sausage is brown, I add in my leeks and I'll let those caramelize for a little bit. Diced celery and garlic goes in, and I'll let that cook out for a few minutes, and then I fold back in the caramelized leeks and the sausage, as well as rosemary, sage, and thyme, and that's our stuffing filling. And lastly, I'm getting my beef ribs on the smoker, and these will go for about 4 to 5 hours, and then tomorrow, everything comes together.